Hey guys, this is Adam J. Carswell, and I'm here at FreedomFest 2019. The theme this year is the Wild Wild West, and I'm at booth 302 with Concordia Realty. Concordia is the company that I work with based out of Chicago in shopping centers and retail real estate. I'm joined today by my counterpart at Concordia, Sal Flight. I should get to the point here, representing Liberland simultaneously with Concordia. So we got a nice banner here. If anyone's at FreedomFest or stopping by, we're going to be here waiting to meet you, shake hands with you. Again, booth 302. I'm going to flip the microphone over here to Sal real quick, who's just getting his toes wet in regards to learning about Liberland, but definitely someone who's got a very liberty-oriented focus with the way that he thinks. So, Sal, thanks for sitting next to me today, and how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you, Adam? Thanks for having me on. Obviously, I'm here with Concordia, and it's amazing that you can come here, hang out with us, be able to talk about Liberland. I mean, I know a little bit about it. You introduced me to it a while back. I've been doing my research. I actually created the one sheet, so if anyone comes and wants to know more about or quick facts about Liberland, I was the one who put that together for you today, this week.
Yeah.
Hopefully people like it. I'm really happy to be here representing both Concordia and then kind of helping you out on the side with this stuff. So
I got to highlight that real quick. Sal put together an amazing one-sheeter. I don't know if I'm sure we have some one-sheeters here in Liberland history, but we forwarded it to President Jedlička, and he immediately was like, "That is great." So you're already on the good terms with the president, Sal.
That's probably square one for me and foreign dignitaries. So that's a new one. So, but thank you for letting me take a little bit of part of it and have some fun.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think there's going to be some opportunities here. I've already got thinking Tom Walls, Joey Langenbrunner. Those would be some pretty cool guys to introduce you to down the line. So, Tom and Joey, I know you guys are listening too, so you heard it here first. Yeah, guys, so we're here, like I said, one more time, booth 302 at FreedomFest in Las Vegas, Nevada.
You can't miss all of the Concordia Realty investment shopping center stuff, so that's the primary booth to come to. And you can come talk to us about what it's like to invest in commercial properties such as retail real estate, shopping centers, stuff like that. And then you can also talk to Adam. But please do come talk to us as well. Absolutely.
Thank you for getting that in there. And we can talk about life if you want, whatever works for you. Yeah, thanks for that, Sal. We will see you guys. We'll be here, I should say, until Saturday, July 20th. This is going live on Wednesday, July 17th. So stop on by and live and let live. Hey guys, I'm here with who I would consider a fellow Liberlandian. Ned Piplovich is at FreedomFest, and he knows a thing or two about Liberland. So I want to get him on the mic here and also say hello. So Ned, thank you for joining me here today.
No problem. Glad to be here.
Yep. So Vic connected us, funny enough, about less than 12 hours ago on Facebook. So it's funny to just run into you right now. But tell us a little bit about what you know about Liberland and why you're a supporter.
Well, it's a great idea. It's the idea of freedom and individual liberty. And while there are very few pieces where you could put together a new government, and fixing all these existing ones is very difficult. So starting from scratch was a really great idea. And it just happens that Liberland is literally in my old backyard. I was born and raised in Croatia, about 30 miles from the Liberland location.
Yeah, and speaking of that location, growing up, did you know anything about the parcel of land there that is now Liberland?
No, well, that parcel of land actually became questionable much later. I mean, during the former Yugoslavia, it was not a border dispute because Serbia and Croatia were part of the former Yugoslavia, so there was no international border, so the dispute wasn't there. Over time, there were actually some projects where they moved the Danube River, and now that's where the dispute originally stemmed.
Yeah. And also, how did you first find out about Liberland? How did you kind of first get associated?
I actually ran into the entire delegation right here at FreedomFest in Las Vegas about, I want to say, 3 years ago.
Wow, okay.
They had a little session where they talked about it. I found it interesting because, I found out what the location is, and I talked to the guys, and the ideas, seemed great. So I kind of stayed in touch.
Yeah. Well, thank you for staying in touch. It's nice to meet you. And any final comments for our listeners?
Just keep pushing. I mean, it's getting bigger. It's getting more and more recognized. And Vit and the rest of the team are doing a great job connecting with other, what some people consider legitimate governments. And they have done a great job. They're developing businesses. They have lined up a huge amount of investment just ready to go. And hopefully we can see this to fruition.
All right, and now I'm running into the host, the creator, the mind behind World Alternative Media, Josh Sigurdsson. Josh, it's an honor to run into you here and talk to you for the first time. And I understand you know a little bit about Liberland, so I got to ask you, what first of all brings you to FreedomFest, and how did you first find out about Liberland?
Well, as far as FreedomFest goes, I live part of the time in Las Vegas, and I got Anarcho Vegas coming up as well, a conference that I'm putting together. But as far as Liberland goes, I've been aware of it for a few years, talking with Vit about it, and Joey and a few other people at Liberland that have been working really hard to bring that message forward. I am a big fan of it because we have multiple different ways to achieve freedom. And to see someone that goes out of their way and, puts a lot on the line to create a society, a free society, even the idea alone is enough to change people's minds. And I think that's a really important part, is that, you be the change you wish to see, and you go out and actually do things rather than complain. It's easy to complain. There's a lot to complain about. But when you create solutions, that's where, that freedom will come from. So I like the idea. I like the infrastructure plans that are coming out. I've talked with a few people at Liberland about how the infrastructure is going to look. I think it's a great idea. And, it's voluntary. And, if you don't like it, don't go. If you like it, go and get involved. And I think that's one of the things that we don't have, well, obviously in any government around the world, is you don't have that freedom to go, come and go as you please. You don't have that freedom to be a voluntary participant. You're enforced by law, by the point of a gun. It's collectivism, and this is a way to get a voluntary collective together to start something really amazing. And who knows, with the crypto market going up, who knows what happens in the future, we could see a really wealthy, really great free society come out of this, assuming that people try to be the change they wish to see, try to push towards real decentralization, free markets, and breaking free from this collectivist paradigm that we call the state.
Yeah, wow. Great. I couldn't have said that any better myself. Thank you. Do you see yourself getting any more involved with Liberland, or maybe getting some coverage for us on World Alternative Media? I know I'm kind of putting you on the spot.
Oh, no, absolutely. Well, and I've done quite a few videos on it. I tell people about it a lot because I think it's an anomaly. There's not a whole lot of places I could think of in the world. I think there's like one, and I know Vit's very clear about this, it's not a micronation, but there's like this one micronation I know of that was like run by a 9-year-old girl. And if a 9-year-old girl can put this together, a bunch of people that put all their effort into building up this kind of society can definitely do it. It just needs people's attention. And yeah, I'm always happy to talk about it. I think one thing that I will be doing more in the future is, because I've been traveling a lot, is I'm going to try and get there in person, and I'm hoping to do that in the next year or so. So I'm going to be in the region anyway, and it would be really cool to go check the place out. And the idea is that it's like a form of rebellion. I think it's actually really good for Serbia as well, because a area of the country there is very impoverished, and it brings tourism to Serbia as well, and that's very much needed. You're giving people jobs there, you're helping people along in their life, and I think that it's also a noble cause just from that position alone. So I don't know, I'm going to be definitely going there in the future, and I'm always happy to talk with Vit or any of you guys. It's always a pleasure.
Yeah. April 13th will be the 5th anniversary, so could be some good coverage right there. Yeah. Before we get out of here, just can you let our listeners know also how they can learn more about you and what you're working on?
Certainly. So I'm at World Alternative Media, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and then more importantly, the alternatives, BitChute, BitTubers, Steemit, at Josh Sigurdsson, all those places. You got to back yourself up these days because you never know what's going to happen next. Yeah, I'm out there. You'll find me. I find my way around to a lot of these conferences, and I'm always a big fan of actually being able to bump into people who have ideas that are putting them to the forefront.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you, Josh.
Thank you.
Guys, if you enjoy listening to the Liberland Show, be sure to check out my own personal podcast called Dream Chasers. On Dream Chasers, we interview individuals with supernatural amounts of potential based on early success in their careers. Go ahead and do a web search on it. Again, my name is Adam Carswell, Adam J. Carswell. Go ahead, type in Dream Chasers, and it should pop up for you to listen there on any platform, YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, iTunes, etc. Thanks for tuning in to the Liberland Show, and we will catch you in the next episode. Thanks.